didn't really know what the term empath meant until '09. Although I and got to realizing what it was, been an empath for most of my life. About it I didn't realize. And not knowing, I was, you don't realize the harm you cause, or don't realize why you feel certain ways, why you can't make heads or tails out of your emotions sometimes. But I think the worst part was the realization that an empath can also be a psychic vamp. When you feel drained and your natural instinct is to take energy, draw energy from things around you without, you don't even really know it, not even conscious of it until somebody points it out. I mean, there's so many things, it's a little darker side of an empath. People that are psychic vamps, they are only out for one objective, and that's to feed off other people. And these are rare cases. Almost all empaths aren't psychic vamps, but that's where the term psychic vamp came from. Because it is one of our abilities is to siphon and drain. We take others' emotions from them. Just like for some of us that heal, the only way we know how to heal is by taking what ails them upon ourselves and taking it from them. And replacing that with, and giving them back positive energy or different types of energy. When we see and read energy naturally, just as well as we read other people. I know for me, being in a room full of people, I have always not liked. I don't like being around other people. I used to go from what I'd consider one circle to another. I'd have a group of friends here and another group of friends somewhere else and somewhere else, and I'd be with this group for a little bit, then I'd move on. I'd go to the next group, disappear for a while from the other group. Eventually I'd make it full circle and start the process over. I never understood why I did that. It was because of the energies, people's energies. When we're around somebody, we can sense and feel them, which is hard to explain to people that aren't empaths or don't know about an empath. How their moods affect us. Then there's some that like to gaslight people, like us. And there's others that see us for good readers of people, and they kind of use us as tools because we can read the character of a person. We know if they're lying, telling the truth. an empath knows a person's deepest, darkest secrets. And it's hard, at first, there's so little information that I've found out there that I didn't really know until I started got on a few websites, created my own website, and met other people, and the word empath came up. Well, I kind of questioned because that was a new term to me. I'm an occultist, but I've never heard the term empath. It wasn't part of my teaching. But once I realized what it was, then I realized a whole lot more I could do within the teachings that I've been taught. But for the longest, I've always never considered this a gift. It's more of a curse. We don't want to know what a stranger is thinking all the time. We don't want to feel it. Because there's some sick people in the world. And there's some loving, caring people who are just having bad days. I've also learned that taking too much in from news is bad. Because, I mean, in a sense, it's the energy. We pick up on the energy. We read the energy. And to those that are new, this is kind of a shock to them. They don't understand why they're feeling a certain way. They don't know how to release, take a break from things. I mean, for the longest it took me. I mean, up till, last year basically, before I quit considering this a curse and really seeing it as what it truly is, a blessing. It is a natural gift that is limitless in its potential. You know, some empaths, they're drawn to the spirit world. They can see spirits because it's just a form of energy. We're natural. I know some, like myself, it's natural and easy for me to find paranormal spots. I'm drawn to them. Never knew why. Never was able to explain it. You know, everybody's got their own gifts, but as you start learning about this, the more you realize that how connected you are to just, not just this world, but the whole cosmos. Because everything produces energy. We get energy from the sun, moon, planets. There's from other people. A common rock has energies. And we're able to read those things, pick up on them. I mean, there are some side effects. I mean, not knowing how to protect oneself. Knowing that, hey, if you pick up an object that somebody had, their energy's on there. So you have the ability to read that energy. That's not being psychic. It's being an empath. You know, most psychics rely on their tarot, which is a form of the spirit, what they call the spirit module or paradigm. So they can't read a person. And as you start learning how, you start realizing that it doesn't matter where a person's at on this earth. You can read them if you can focus on them. You can feel their emotion. The more you know a person, the stronger the connections you build. That's just recently joined a couple groups on Facebook for empaths. And I've thoroughly enjoyed them. It's let me see new things, new ideas, talk to other like-minded. Before, I wouldn't even dream of it. Because it's hard when you first start out not knowing how to control the ability. The first step is accepting it and realizing that when something feels off, set back, you gotta take time, set back, tune everything else out, and start thinking, okay, who have I been around? Or do I need to be grounded a little bit? Ground myself a bit. You know, cleansing rituals are awesome. Just for warding off the negative energies. You have to learn how to channel the energies and also release the energies. Because it does build up. And sometimes we're not conscious of it. It's more of it's subconscious. Or we're just sort of kind of get used to it. It becomes a routine. Only when we get into like big crowds of people do we actually get overwhelmed. And it's just a matter of pushing back. Taking a moment while you're there to clear your mind and kind of picture a barrier of energy around you. And extend it. That way, and as you're doing that, your focus is not allowing other energies to come in. It stops at that barrier. And with practice, it becomes second nature. It just happens. When you walk into a store, it automatically happens. There's so many techniques out there that we can learn from. you know, I don't know if you have to, I wouldn't say you don't have to be spiritual, you don't have to be an occultist, a Christian, you just have to accept that it's a gift. Then you have to find others that are like-minded. We're so drawn to people, you know, and you gotta learn to trust your instincts. You know, it's like the other night I was scrolling, I seen a comment in one of the groups, it's like, whoa, no, I'm gonna scroll right past that. It was like, I just got that feeling that dude was fishing because he wanted to feed off other people's energies. I mean, classic psychic vamp. And it was like, okay, yes, I know how to deal with him, but I'm not going to fall into that trap that he's setting, or she. So, you know, but as we attune ourselves, we start being able to see this, because we can read the other person's intentions. Another thing that I've noticed with being an empath, our dreams are a lot more vivid, more clear. And sometimes we're forced, we have to pay attention to them. And sometimes it's just another form of us releasing some of that negative. So we kind of have to go by feel a lot. Okay, did that dream have meaning? I mean, if it's something that sticks with you when you wake up, that's so vivid that you still remember it clearly, and believe me, you can feel it. You know it's something to focus on. If it's something that you're having a hard time putting together, and it's not something that's been repeating, it's just your natural instinct of trying to release a buildup of emotions and energies that you picked up from people around you. We're always picking something up. You know, people ask me, well, how do you ground or separate things? For me, I like going out in the woods, walking through the woods, or driving. I can't, for some, they use crystals and stuff, and charge your crystals with the build-up of energy, sage. Burning incense works somewhat for me, but not much. It's a matter of finding that right tool for you, because we're all unique, we're different in every way. The more we grow and learn about it, the stronger our ability becomes, the easier it is to control. But it does take time. Somebody asked me, why do I like being distant or quiet all the time? Well, I'm the guy that likes to be in the back of the room because most people don't understand. They're constantly projecting their emotions, feelings, thoughts, and they don't realize it. It's not their fault. And we're instantly pick that up. Some people are just naturally drawn to us on a subconscious level because they can feel that we can sense them. And it's not really them, so, then you know how it is when they're standing right next to you. They just come up out of nowhere and start talking to you for no reason. And you just start suddenly picking up stuff about them. And it's not their fault. They do not know any better. So try not to be too rude or push them away. I always used to be bad for pushing people away. I know I took a real close and dear friend that I ended up started seeing and dating a year and a half ago actually. And she was an empath. And I ended up learning a lot from that relationship. We were friends since '09, but I always knew what she was. I mean, first time we talked, she knew everything about me to the point it scared me because I don't like opening myself up to no one, especially a perfect stranger that we just started talking. And people like that, I push away. Well, the more we talked, And she knew what she was. She was well gifted in her own crafts and arts. And, she helped me along the way. She knew how to deal with me, nudge me in the right direction, give me the subtle hints, and let me grow on my own pace. I moved to North Carolina back in 2015, I believe. So we ended up getting closer. I was, like 3 hours away from her, so we ended up hooking up, started talking, and I don't know, we just we both felt it. So we started dating, and we just kept on feeling us being pulled to close, that pull, being pulled together. It's like it was just, we had to be near each other and with each other. Normally I would fight something like that because I don't like being pulled, drawn to anything. But, it just felt so natural and pure. And what I ended up learning out of all that is that we balanced each other. And like I said, it was probably one of the best relationships I've ever been in. You never had to worry about hiding anything. Conversations were always truthful. You could, it was that feel of perfection, that unity that everybody looks for but never finds. And even after things ended and we parted ways, I still feel, it wasn't like getting out of any other relationship. I felt at peace. And I also took the knowledge of things I learned from that. And I also look at the world around us is right now, there's just so much chaos, so much division and hate. And it's hard for us empaths to block all that out when we're constantly bombarded by it. People we work with. That's why it's so important that we find ways to release. For me, it used to be writing. Now it's doing these videos. And it's writing. Or art. And that's the most important thing. You've got to find what helps you to release those energies, those thoughts that's been building up. You got to find your own outlets. Everyone's unique. Some people it's crafts. Some people it's just talking to other people. So find those little niches that help you release. Another big one, music. Music is awesome. It's like, I don't know why. Certain types of music uplift me. Certain types of music energize me. And other music will make me sad or happy. So music is another good form of outlet. Or another good tool for when you're feeling drained. It'll help charge you. The biggest thing is being open-minded to other concepts and ideas. For me, it was the occult. Because I can relate. For others, it might just be yoga. There's nothing wrong with that. It's what works for you. What you can adapt that helps you grow. I've also found that being around other like-minded people in these groups, I'm not going to post or comment all the time. I've always been like that. I go to it where I feel drawn or the need to. I listen to that inner voice inside me, and I'll respond accordingly. It's not that I'm not open to other ideas or other people. A bit shy when it comes to just putting my own emotions out there. But yeah, I do it in other forms through writing poetry, writing articles, working in Photoshop, building websites, or doing these videos for you guys. The most important thing is to realize is as you grow, you're going to realize more and more you're connected to everything. Everything that produces energy, that gives a spark, will imprint itself on us. And you'll learn how to control it as well. I mean, it can be used for so many things. It's like, somebody asked, it was a rhetorical question that really didn't have an answer, but it did. Somebody asked, what if I put a dime and I wanted to move it, but I couldn't move it with telekinesis? What if I had somebody move it? Would that consist of me actually achieving it to be moved? Or what if I'll just stop there. Basically, or what if you just thought that and that was your impression? That's another danger we have to realize. As we get built up, we also push those energies out. We can change the moods of other people, influence them. Not that we're trying to do it on purpose. It's just we don't realize that sometimes we're that built up and we're pushing those energies onto them, and it's imprinting on them, and they start feeling that way. I mean, I learned the hard way. I got mad at somebody so bad that I was so mad that I actually cleared a room with 200 people because they couldn't stand to be around me because I was radiating that much hate. It took a couple friends walking up, like, hey, you need to stop. Take a breath, release. Or as my teacher would put it, go do the LBR, cleanse yourself, but you gotta change your thought, change your emotions. Because emotions are nothing but energy, guys. And the two strongest are love and hate. So it's a matter of learning how to change the states of our own minds and thinking. Realizing what did it feel like to love. Focusing on that thought, that one loving memory, and you can actually start radiating that and channeling it through yourself to actually change your state of mind. It works the same way when we work with others, trying to give them positive thoughts, positive energies to change their state of mind, to change their state of being. And some, once you learn how, will just sit there and take that from them and give them the positive and taking the negative. But always remember, when you do that, to give, so whatever you take, you have to replace with something, or you'll leave them drained, and you'll be playing on the grounds of being a psychic vamp if you don't give something back. A psychic vamp does not give back. It takes. It feeds off you till there's nothing left to feed. Now, I hate saying that, but it's the truth. A psychic vamp is nothing more than an empath that either doesn't know what they are and don't realize they're doing it, or they know what they are and it's an addiction to them. They get so thirsty for that energy, that charge. It's like the greatest sex they ever had. Where to us, helping others or sharing that connection is the greatest ecstasy for us. And we're not even going to get into that topic. I'll save that for another discussion. Because, yeah, like I said, if you're blessed enough to be with another empath, and you both balance each other out and are that drawn to each other, it's an amazing feeling. But I'm going to do a few more videos on this. Like I said, the last time I did it, I realized there's a lot of stuff I missed and didn't cover. Just like us being able to see spirits. Because it's an energy. Some people is naturally gifted with that, and they're drawn. And once you open that door and acknowledge it, they're drawn to you now. And they're already drawn to us. They can sense that we're open. They sense that we can feel them. But most people don't delve over into that realm, so they're just there. I mean, our empathic abilities can get so strong that you can actually reach out and physically touch someone. It takes a degree of gnosis, a state of mind to do it, but it's just a matter of channeling the energy. Our bodies are made up of nothing but energy. We're a walking battery, so to speak. Have you ever put your hand over somebody and felt energy or a static electricity that comes off you? You can literally just hover your hand over your own arm and feel the energy rising up to your hand. So, like I said, there's a lot of stuff. I'm gonna make a few videos on this, and eventually maybe some people are open to it. I'll do a live stream where we can just share with other people, answer people's questions. Food for thought for those that would be interested. Like I said, you can message me on Facebook if you're interested in something like that. Leave a comment on my YouTube channel. But I think I want to do, like I said, a few more videos on this, because I'm still learning myself. It's not new to me, but like I said, you don't want to get stuck in the same routine and thinking all the time. You want to grow and learn, but also you want to help the other ones out there that are just not understanding. You know, like I said, there's so many areas we can look into and get into. You know, for me it was the occult side of things. For others, like I said, it might be yoga, meditation, or believing in a higher self or higher power. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't change what we are. We're empaths. It is a gift, not a curse. At first, yes, it does seem like it's a curse because we don't understand why these things are happening to us, why we feel sad, drained. And it's just mainly, most of the time, because the people who are around are the people we let into our lives. Then there's, like I said, there's a bunch of people out there, once they realize what we are, they'll use us just to use us because we can read people. We're good to keep around. And not realizing, no, we're not looking for that. We're always looking for a connection, a stronger connection, a better connection, a true connection. And we're very sensitive to our own emotions. When somebody hurts us, they hurt us. We start living more in the gray, to where, you know, it's either love or hate. There's no more in between for some of us. There's just the extreme. And we do feel things. We feel things more in the extreme than others. You know, it's like people feel threefold, we feel tenfold. Our senses are all heightened, which is a gift once we learn to control them. And I'm going to cover ways on that in future videos. I just wanted to get this one out there for you guys. Get your feedback, see what you think. And if you'd like to see some more videos, let me know. If you got ideas or questions, ask. I'll do a video on it for you. But like I said, it's just up to us as a community, as a group of like-minded individuals to learn from each other and be there for each other. Even as I get more comfortable in the group, I'll open up more to where I'll be a little bit more chatty than I am. You know, I don't mind helping anybody who's got a question or need somebody to talk to. And that's what we're there for each other. I got a live stream I got to go do, so I want to wish you guys a good night. Thank you for listening. If you like the video, click the like button. If you want to keep seeing more, know when I post them. Click the subscribe button on my channel. Make sure you click the bell so you get the notifications. I do various stuff. Anything on Empath will always be in knowledge and principles. I have a few playlists. Some of them are just dealing with occult stuff. This channel I'll use this knowledge and principles for anything Empath. So, like I said, enjoy. Feel free to leave comments and share.